You know the story. A national sports team wins a big game and the country celebrates. We've all seen it. But sometimes the real story, the one that truly matters, begins after the final whistle. Today, we're looking at how one futsal victory in Afghanistan sparked something much, much bigger than just a party.
Dancing, fireworks, and a roar of cheers. Just listen to that. That's how this moment was described. And we're not talking about a few happy fans in a stadium. No, this was the sound of the streets of Kabul just erupting in this huge, spontaneous celebration. It was a moment of pure, unfiltered, shared joy.
So, let's take a closer look at this incredible scene. What exactly made this celebration so different, so special? Well, it really starts with who was out there in the streets.
And this is what's so amazing. You had men and women, right there, side by side. You had people from all these different ethnic backgrounds. You had everyone from all walks of life. We're talking rich, poor, middle class, all sharing the exact same space, all feeling the exact same happiness. That's rare.
And that's the key, right? This wasn't just about cheering for some athletes. The people out there felt like this victory was theirs. It was personal. It was a collective win that belonged to every single person in that street, and really to the whole nation. Okay, so it was a massive party. But it was also so much more than that. You see, this celebration carried a much deeper meaning. For a lot of people, there was a very clear message of unity being sent and received loud and clear.
A huge part of that message actually came directly from the players. Think about it. When they were out there waving the national flag, playing as a single team, they were sending a signal. They were consciously saying, "We believe in a proud, united, and indivisible Afghanistan."
And you know what? People got it instantly. That massive response from the crowds, all that passion, it wasn't just random. It was a direct answer. It was the people of Kabul hearing that message of unity and shouting it right back. But here's the thing. As powerful and incredible as this moment was, there's also a big word of caution here. Moments like this, they're fragile. They need to be protected because their meaning can so easily get twisted.
Which, brings up a really critical question. When an event has this much symbolic weight, who gets to decide what it actually means? Because how you define it, how you frame it, that has very real consequences down the line.
So the source lays out two possible ways this could be framed. On one hand, you can see it for what it was on the streets, a national triumph, an honor for all Afghans, something to be shared. But then, there's the other, more dangerous way to see it. You could try to reframe it to make it divisive, to say, no, this victory belongs to just one ethnic group, basically pushing everyone else out of the picture.
And there's a second threat, too. Some people could look at men and women celebrating together in public and twist its meaning. They could frame it not as a moment of joy, but as something provocative, an attack on ideology. And the big risk there is that this narrative could then be used as an excuse to ban celebrations like this from ever happening again. So you have this incredible, powerful moment of unity on one side, and then these very real dangers of it being misinterpreted on the other. Where does that leave us? What are the lasting implications of a day like this?
And this, right here, is the ultimate takeaway. That unified public celebration, it was more than just a reaction to a soccer game. The act of celebrating itself, together, in public, that was seen as a historic achievement, a potential turning point for the whole country.
So in the end, we're left with this really powerful thought. This spontaneous, unified moment on the streets of Kabul was seen as a turning point. But the question that hangs in the air, the one for all us to think about, is this: a turning point for whom? And toward what?